Ha ha! Steven had your old boss on the show. Suffer, bitch!
Winter says Steven had your old boss on his show last week, David. That's great.
Because you need help. Somebody who loves David needs to come in and help him. And David, you need to stay away from Corey Good.
That's great. That's actually exactly what we want. Please do that again and do more of it. Please do that again.
Even after the spectacular Corey Good admission that he made all those stories up, David Wilcock still goes and does an appearance with him live.
Yep. How could you do that?
Anyway, yeah, you're gonna.
I had his old boss on my show who agrees with me that David Wilcock is conning everybody. He's not talking to angels. He doesn't have secret sacred prophecies. He's a liar and a con artist and is losing his goddamn mind.
You know, we're comparing it in the suit that we're putting together to the Unabomber. Okay, that's the best comparison you can make. Somebody who just wants to go after everybody in the entire community at the same time. And I just happen to be kind of how he got started and figured out what to do. It's pretty freaking crazy. So we're not talking about minor stuff here, and we're talking about widespread, extreme threats to other people and just a level of hatred and malice. This dream was so powerful, so amazing in light of the fact that right as she told me this, we knew that Ezra is cracking down on Steven, and that Steven was using Resplendent Cedar Osprey, those three words, Resplendent Cedar Osprey, as his name. When is David going to say that you are not in the military and that your name is not Ezra? And then he said, these things are not true. We're both being attacked by one individual. We don't necessarily know what his name is, but this is what he posted the very next day. So it was a blow to my ego, I admit.
Well, again, David Wilcock, tick-tock, motherfucker. You don't get to accuse me of being a child sex predator without consequences. Prove that what I reported on all of the things I mentioned, the Pete Peterson scam, the Anti-Gravity's Coming Soon scam, the Corey Good Secret Space scam where you defrauded the UFO community, your old boss agrees with me, David Wilcock. Suffer. It has just only begun. You will pay for telling people that I'm a child predator. You will pay for telling people I'm a terrorist. You will pay for telling people I got you swatted. You will pay for telling people I stole money from your bank account. You will pay for telling people I'm sending bombs to people in the mail. You will pay for claiming that I sent you death threats I never sent. You will pay, David. And you've only just begun. You have no idea what is coming for you. Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. We are witnessing karma in action. For those unaware, David Wilcock once accused me of having him swatted, and then we proved at great expense, getting body cam footage, etc., that he was never swatted. He claimed I stole money out of his bank account. He claimed that I was terrorizing him, sending bombs to people in the mail. I'm a terrorist as bad as the Unabomber, and that he was suing me. He also claimed that I was getting arrested by the Philadelphia police. We proved that there's no open investigation into anything I've done, but there may be open investigations into things that David Wilcock has done. We've proven there's at least an open investigation from the Department of, I think it's, Parks and Wildlife, because this goober was illegally feeding moose on his Colorado mansion property. And so what's fascinating to me is that David Wilcock has been telling his followers in his latest scam. Today we're going to go over just quickly the list of scams. And by the way, since my recent health scare, I'd say that my attitude towards Mr. Wilcock has changed significantly. Used to be very angry about the false allegations and accusations he was levying against me, especially those where he implied or all but said that I was a child predator and a Satan worshiper. You know, I'm a father and a husband and a family man. And somebody saying something that vile and despicable and ridiculous with absolutely no evidence is kind of ridiculous. But it is what it is. And at the time that video, which we just opened with, was made, I was very angry. You might even say I was out for revenge. But my recent health scare and other things has sort of changed my attitude towards many things. And I realize, you know what they say, there's an old saying, if you're going to go out for revenge, you better, you better bring 2 shovels. And I think that's very important. Mr. Wilcock will get what is coming to him, and it's already begun, because what we are seeing is a spectacular just crash out, and it's all surrounding money. Mr. Wilcock used to be able to scam his retarded followers out of hundreds of thousands by some accounts, including accounts in court documents. He was able to scam his retarded morons out of millions of dollars. But all of that has ended as people have started to realize, and I think partially due to our excellent reporting here and uncovering of his various scams, people started waking up going, oh, maybe giving David Wilcock's charity is not a good idea, because he basically just takes the money that was supposed to be for charity and spends it on expensive equipment. And then he does for-profit live streams with that equipment that he bought with the charitable donations I donated. Maybe I shouldn't donate. Or maybe I shouldn't take his course because, it's a lot of money, $333. By the way, I want to take a moment to thank Tales of the Sonic Voyage. The kind and generous folks in the live chat are already throwing some support up. Good to see you, Tales of the Sonic Voyage. And we thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. It is much, much appreciated. And let's give you a proper praise the cash. Thank you.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
By the way, the person who I believe originally made those, Osiris Christensen, has some incredible new David Wilcock memes, has upped the game. I don't know if the AI tools have improved or if he just got better at using them, but there is some fire David Wilcock new memes, and we'll be sharing those with you. And I also wanted to just take a moment to announce that I will be modifying our usual schedule here. I was doing like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursday nights, but due to recent health concerns, it's very difficult for me to work back-to-back nights. So our new schedule is going to be something like Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I think that's the best idea. It gives me a day to sort of rest. I'm supposed to still be on full bed rest, but I can't just sit there anymore. And I've run out of things to watch. I pretty much watched everything I wanted to on Netflix, and I don't know. Yesterday I started looking for things on HBO to watch and not finding very much. I can't just sit there for 16 hours a day anymore. I just can't do it. So we're going to be doing as many shows as we can. Okay, so I wanted to begin tonight with just sort of a general overview, because what is happening to David Wilcock right now is pretty funny, because and it's because of his history of scamming his audience. And one of the things that's important about scammers is that the longer they scam, the more obvious their scams become. And also what we're going to see, I believe what we're going to see with David Wilcock is a true desperation. He is getting desperate for money, so desperate that he's literally begging his audience like a crackhead for super chats. He is setting goals and then immediately raising the goal. For example, in this latest live stream, he said the goal was $1,000. And after he hit the 1,000, suddenly the goal was 2,000. And after he hit 2,000, suddenly the goal was more money, more money. The goal for David Wilcock is to suck every dollar he can from the retarded people watching him. And I try to be as kind as I can about his followers. But at this point, if you're still giving David Wilcock money, you are retarded. And here's why. Here's just a a partial list of the scams we uncovered that David Wilcock has been involved in. There was the 1998 to 2000 Ascension is coming soon scam, in which he promised his followers Ascension was coming soon and extracted every dollar he could from them, and then Ascension never came. There was the Convergence Pictures LLC scam, in which he offered people an incredible investment opportunity to invest in his company, and they would then make a movie and everybody would make tons of money. The only problem is he never made a movie. So what did he do with that money? How much money did he collect? Did he return it to the investors? I have a lot of questions about Convergence Pictures LLC, and it's one of his oldest scams. Just the company just went belly up after taking in investment money, never made the movie. And then, of course, there's the Kerry Cassidy scams, in which he claimed that he was giving people secret space, top secret information with a fake Navy SEAL that turned out to be a court-martialed child molester in reality. And various Kerry Cassidy, scam-alongs, including Pete Peterson, in which, in the Pete Peterson scam, he scammed the UFO community out of $60,000, he and Pete did. And that was 100% a scam, because it was supposed to be that everybody was donating money to save Pete's house. But Pete's house wasn't Pete's house. It was Pete's girlfriend's house. And it was already foreclosed on years before the GoFundMe was ever posted. They lied in the text body of the GoFundMe, saying Pete Peterson was a government insider. The man never worked for the government. His education was fake. His claimed work history was fake. David Wilcock claimed that he was a science and technology advisor to Ronald Reagan. That was fake. It was all fake. You can't collect $60,000 from the public and just lie in the text body of the GoFundMe. That's called consumer fraud, Mr. Wilcock. Then, of course, there's my favorite, the secret space scam that he ran with Corey Goode for years, telling people that they were telling true stories about the top secret space program. And then after collecting millions of dollars from the gullible public for supposedly true stories, one half of that scam partnership, Corey Goode, admitted in a courtroom deposition that he'd never even been to space. So some secret space hero. Then there was the Emery Smith PayPal donation scam, which netted something like $50,000, where David Wilcock claimed that Emery Smith was under deep state attack, but it turned out Emery Smith was actually in the hospital for alcohol poisoning. He didn't get attacked by the men in black. He got attacked by a gallon bottle of vodka and gave himself alcohol poisoning. Then there was the Daniel Brinkley is dying soon scam, in which David Wilcock directed all of his retarded followers to spend $333 for Daniel Brinkley's last great, telling of all the secrets he knew about the afterlife and all this shit, because he was supposed to be dying soon. Daniel Brinkley's still alive years after this scam ran. And of course, that was a false sense of urgency. All scammers do that, like anybody ever try to sell you a winning lottery ticket? No, you got to get me the money right away. Yeah. And Daniel Brinkley, David Wilcock said, was dying. He was in his last days. And this is your last chance to hear what Daniel Brinkley has to say. Daniel Brinkley is a scammer. The guy dies every time he needed money. He wrote a new book about his next near-death experience. Then, of course, there was the David Wilcock charity scam, in which David Wilcock collected something like a few $100,000, he and his wife did. And they were supposed to do all this charitable work. But we looked over the paperwork from that. And in my opinion, the only thing David Wilcock did with 95% of the money is spend it on himself. Expensive software, expensive dinner, travel expenses, meals and entertainment, office supplies, computers, expensive cameras, expensive microphones, tens of thousands of dollars worth of software used to, produce content. And what did he do with all of that? He then used all of it for his for-profit streams, which is highly illegal. Somebody ought to look into that one. Then there was the anti-gravity and free energy scam, in which David Wilcock told his retarded followers, if you just give me $333, you'll be able to do it too after you take my course. Nobody has been able to do it, because David Wilcock's anti-gravity and free energy course was a cobbled together bunch of nonsense from the internet and nothing that worked. He had no proof of concept. He had no, it's not like he had prototypes that he could show people. See, here's a working free energy device. See, here's a working anti-gravity device. No. All he had was fake stories from the internet, and he scammed everybody out of $333 for that. Somewhere in there I missed too. There was the, oh no, Ascension is coming in 2012 scam. Yes, I'm sorry, I skipped over that one. Damn, my new even worse eyes. So in that scam, he told everybody that everybody would get superpowers when December 2012 hit, and Ascension would happen, and we'd all live in this beautiful utopia, and everybody be able to float, levitate and communicate telepathically and heal anything. And oh, it's going to be wonderful. And everybody gets rainbow light bodies in 2012. And none of that happened. But it didn't stop him from scamming his audience to buy his latest book to prepare for the coming Ascension that never came. Ascension never came, and neither did David Wilcock's wife. Then, of course, most recently, in the last 2 years or so, David Wilcock is once again, for the third time, running the Ascension is coming soon scam. Ascension was supposed to come by May of 2025. It's even in the books he was selling for $333. That's what an angel told him. He claimed that he was in communication with the Archangel Michael, who had all these prophetic, visions to share with David Wilcock. And you might ask yourself why God's greatest angel would partner with a proven scammer that's been scamming people with all these scams over the years. Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. But we proved just through biblical means, it's called a test of a prophet, that David Wilcock was not in communication with an angel because his predictions have been consistently wrong. So for a couple of years now, he's telling people, buy my latest sack of bunch of nonsense books, drivel, that I channeled from the Archangel Michael. And you too can prepare for the coming Ascension and learn about all the new superpowers you're going to get. And for 2 years now, Wilcock has said that was coming in May of 2025. Then May came and went, and he pushed it back to September. September came and went, and now he's just kind of ignoring it. He's just kind of David Wilcock, you asshole! You spent 2 years scamming your followers, telling them to buy your fucking stupid angel nonsense books to prepare for the coming Ascension that's coming in 2025. He also promised his followers open extraterrestrial contact would happen by May of 2025, and mass arrests. Mass arrests is something he's been promising for years and years and years. I think Macario made like a 16-minute video of all the times he promised that mass arrests are coming soon. So, awful lot of scams here, bro. There's been an awful lot of scams, and the real fact is that Mr. Wilcock has no shame whatsoever. Like a normal person, like imagine in your own life, if you were telling people this incredible event is going to happen by May of 2025, and then you're taking money off of those people for whatever reason, and then it didn't happen, wouldn't you feel shame and like, I don't know, apologize to your audience? Why hasn't he hasn't even acknowledged that all his angel bullshit gibberish was just that, bullshit gibberish. He hasn't acknowledged that. But we're supposed to believe that the new information that he's sharing with his retarded followers is somehow has some value. By the way, pardon me, here's the new information he's sharing. Old debunked nonsense. The face on Mars, NASA hiding moon structures on the dark side of the moon. These are long debunked stories from less than credible people. Who was it? Mike Barra. He's about as credible as a crackhead. And Richard Hoagland is the one who brought us the face on Mars scam and the pyramids on Mars scam as well. These are natural rock formations. Every astrophysicist, every astronomer on Earth agrees. Those are natural structures. They're not built by anyone. Those are natural rock formations on the surface of Mars. Nothing spectacular. Nothing there, right? He has to pivot. So what he pivots to is something that's been long debunked, right? And I'm terrible at being a show host. I didn't set a goal for tonight, so we'll do that right now. And we'll do, I'm just going to say overtime if we hit the goal. I'm not Dark Side Phil. I have not abolished goals, right? And also, you know, when I did the last broadcast, I mentioned that some of the people in the comments were bothering me. So I found a solution to that. I only read the nice comments. Yeah, so let's hit that goal. Spooky is here, and thanks for the wonderful artwork. And by the way, we will be covering this Age of Disclosure film. I apologize. You know, one of the things I've realized that I don't do well is I don't do things well timely. In other words, we would have gotten twice as many views if I did that Age of Disclosure review last week or so when the film, you know, whenever the film, if we would have done it on the day after the film released, we would have got twice as many views. Now we'll get less views, but I've had time to digest and research some of it and can give you a really good look at the deception used to create that shit film. And by the way, people are asking me to cover Corey Good's film, but I have a moral problem. I don't believe in pirating films, but then I also don't believe in giving scammers money. And Corey Good's new film is so fucking stupid and so bad and so completely and totally irrelevant and unpopular that nobody has even pirated it. So either way, there's a moral quandary. I don't want to pirate a movie. But I also don't want to give Corey Good even $1. But it looks like if you guys really want me to, I'll give him the $5, and then we'll just shit all over it. We are going to shit all over Corey Good's movie. I know the Hidden in Plain Sight boys already did, and it's bad. Like, this guy was bragging about how great the special effects. It looked like a 6-year-old that just learned AI tools made the stuff that's in this film. It is pretty bad. And we want to thank Foul Play for one for the goal. Glad to have you back. Are you working on any investigations currently? Always. We've always got a bunch of things in the fires in the iron. And I really am kind of pissed off about my health issues because before that happened, I was gearing up to do a bunch more shows and get sort of a lot of unfinished projects done. And we'll see how it goes, Foul Play, but I'll keep you up to date as I know. I do know that the project, if you're a member, you already know, I've been uploading pieces of this Legends of the Lost Cities. And I've just now finally, you know, got those back to do like sort of a final run over them and create the final documentary. That'll be released soon. And I've been looking into the biggest New Age scam I've ever seen in my life. And it actually involves a grifter we covered here before. And then also Tony Robbins is involved in this bullshit New Age scam, which is surprising and shocking that somebody of his stature would be involved in a real dirty New Age scam. But that's all I can say about that. But thank you for your kindness.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
And by the way, Foul Play, again, I'm a terrible show host. Glad to have you back. Are you working on any investigations recently? For some reason, I thought I didn't read it. I did read it. Okay, here we go. Thank you. And Tales of the Sonic Voyage with another one for the goal. Come on, you brokies. The boss has some catching up to do here. Don't make him act like Dark Side Phil. Yeah, I didn't get any super chats for 3 weeks, man. That's really gonna. This next paycheck that we get is gonna fucking suck, man. But I'm not Dark Side Phil. I don't expect people to make up for 3 weeks worth of me not being able to do shows. But thank you, Tales of the Sonic Voyage, big show supporter.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Thank you, Tales of the Sonic Voyage. And this one put a smile on my face. Hidden in Plain Sight went scorched earth on Old Kale, didn't they? Yeah, and here's how I feel about that. Like, I had all the same information or a lot of it, but I just was like, this bitch is not worth my time. But I will say, Garaji, we're going to re-up. For those unaware, this Kali Weber, a Corey Good ass licker, you know, with a fake following. Like, she has 50,000 Twitter followers, and when she posts something, she gets 1 like. her followers are all fake and her numbers are all fake, and she's botted out the wazoo. She's threatening me with her huge following. She threatened us with a copyright strike and made me take a video down. We're going to be returning that video. But thank you for your kindness. Longtime show supporter and member, Garage.
Kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Oh, and I missed one. Review Check Mongolia with one for the goal. My tithe towards the David Wilcock anti-butt bang fund. Yeah, well, he likes getting butt banged, so we want to stop that from happening. But thank you, Review Tech Mongolia. That would sure put a smile on my face.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Thank you, Review Tech Mongolia, big show supporter, and Troll, a huge show supporter, says, here's 500 kicks. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. And here we have FP Usoff says, Kali is the Milli Vanilli of grifters. Yeah, and thanks, by the way, for reminding me. We'll check in with the Kick chat and do some shout-outs and read out any support we have over there. That's another thing. I didn't have any Kick support for 3 weeks. I'm having Kick withdrawal, Kick money withdrawal. Like Darkside Phil freaking out that Kick didn't pay him because of the holiday, so he might not be able to buy all the shit that he wanted to buy. What's that about, right? What is that about? All right, nothing on the Kick side to call out, but let me check in. There might be some kicks. You have to do this 2 ways now. One moment here. Well, we want to welcome Winter Soldier and Scooter the Pooter and Warsider 54. Whispered Mind, Elise Diabolon is over there in the Kick chat. Objective Noun is over there in the Kick chat. Float down here. Yeah, I don't know. So one moment here. All right, so we'll periodically check in with the Kick chat. Now, I was going to do just the clips. Oh, look at that. One moment here. We have Xander Vorkov with a kind and generous $20 saying, let me guess the plot of Age of Disclosure. The national security state is hiding important info that will change the world, but I can't tell you. Now give me $25. That's the basic plot of it. Yeah. And the thing that gets me is it's all the same grifters that it always is. It's the same bunch of, Hal Puthoff, Lou Elizondo. Like, how many times do you think you could do the Lucy and the football until people go, these people don't have shit as far as evidence, right? But thank you, Xandor, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Much, much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right. And I was going to say, before I was interrupted by your kind and generous, thank you for your kindness. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So I was going to say that I was going to just run through the Macario clips because that makes things very fast. But Macario didn't do many clips, so we're going to do this the old school way. And that is the way we used to do it, and just go through his stream. I don't know how much of this that I can stand. I will fast forward and skip around too, because he rambles so much. Half of David Wilcock's show now is just him reading his chat, but only when they say good stuff, So in other words, it's like he'll do something like, Crystal Hippie Bitch 333 says, your hair looks great, David. Like that's the chat comments that this piece of shit reads. He won't read any of the people in his chat telling him that he's full of shit. And by the way, there's an awful lot of them. And what happened, David Wilcock used to pay $2,000 a month to chat room moderators or something to sanitize the chat. Now he's just got volunteer retards that do it for free because he can't afford the $2,000 anymore. And by the way, I truly believe David Wilcock is going broke. That's why he's trying to sell his house. He's going broke. But by the same token, he claims he just bought a new car. So who knows? I will tell you this. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that David Wilcock said, last year I only made $258,000 on YouTube. It's not really enough. He said 258,000 is not really enough. Well, he was getting crazy money in the super chats, like 10 grand a week, 15 grand some weeks, I believe. And I hate to pocket watch, but just out of curiosity, and by the way, other people have counted up the super chats. But in his latest couple of streams, like this last one, he only got something like $2,300. If you do the math, he's fucked. His money went from $258,000 a year to something like $120,000 a year. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, $120,000 is still great money. Well, for a normal person, it would be, but not if you're David Wilcock and have to live in a $2 million mansion. Then you're going to have a lot of trouble paying all your bills with just $120,000. By the way, that's $120K gross, right? After YouTube takes their 30%, what does that leave you? 100, and then after the 20% for taxes, you're down to 80. This clown cannot live on $80,000 a year. So here's my prediction, and I'm not even a psychic. David Wilcock will become increasingly desperate in the coming months for money. And what's going to happen is that he's going to take some risks, like make new stupid predictions for shit, right? Or sell ridiculous courses. Maybe he'll go back to doing psychic readings. I don't know, but I'm telling you, he's going to get desperate for money. We can already see it. He's literally begging his followers for super chats like a crackhead. Let's begin. I'll put my fair use banner up. This is a transformative work. We're educating the public and critiquing the video that we are going to be sharing here. I'm offering commentary, making it further transformative.
All right. Welcome to the show. I am David Wilcock. This is David Wilcock Live here on YouTube. And if you have YouTube Premium, then you don't have to deal with any commercials and you just get to watch the show. Have a great time. It's well worth it. So I want to thank you for being here today. I'm your host, David Wilcock. And we have another.
And by the way, that line about sign up for YouTube Premium, he's saying that because even his retarded followers that like him are all complaining that there's ads every fucking 6 minutes or something. Like I don't even know how he puts that many ads in. He like has his ads cranked up to like annoyance level maximum, because he's trying to squeeze every penny he can out of the retards that unironically watch him. So the line about sign up for YouTube Premium, that's his answer. Like, listen, don't bust my balls for putting commercials in every 5 minutes during a 3.5 hour stream. You should just sit through those. And he puts in unskippable ads and everything. He is going after every YouTube penny he can. And his answer when people complain is, well, buy YouTube Premium, then you won't have to watch the ads and I'll still get paid. In other words, fuck off. Stop complaining.
Packed show waiting for you guys today. I am so excited about everything that's going on in the world right now. It is a great time to be alive.
Where's the mention, though, of the ascension? You said ascension was coming in 2025. He's now completely ignoring the ascension predictions he's made for 2 years straight. A normal person would have some kind of shame, right? Or like a person that actually has feelings. I think he's a psychopath or a sociopath. Like, he has no empathy for the people he's scamming and ripping off. A normal person would go, oh man, maybe the angel wasn't telling me the truth and I shouldn't have taken all that money from people. Give some refunds, David Wilcock. You said ascension was coming and you took people's $333. Shouldn't you have to give the fucking money back when all the predictions turn out to be bull? Give the money back, you scammer. All right, let's go.
Disclosure is happening now.
There's no disclosure happening. And by the way, David Wilcock is so retarded himself that people are in the live chat like going, this is bullshit or this is fake. And he's like, well, we'll see how fake it is when Donald Trump announces that aliens are visiting us. Like, he really believes that Donald Trump is going to suddenly announce that aliens are visiting Earth. And then he'll be vindicated somehow.
And we are very excited. So this is going to be an excellent, excellent opportunity for us to talk about the...
It's an excellent opportunity for him to extract every dollar he can from a bunch of moronic, retard, mongoloid followers that he has. Sure.
Cosmic battle that is being waged for your soul. that is the topic for today.
Well, at least he finally
And
changed
it
the
is great to
thumbnail.
be here.
Remember, he was using the same
Let's dig
thumbnail
into
every
some of your
week for 6
comments. We
months.
always like to open up the show a little bit with that. Mr. 4961, ready for my favorite Sunday show from the Canary Islands. Hello,
That's what
everybody.
a lot of
How's you,
people
David?
want. I think he deserves
Jason
prison
Baker,
time.
howdy from Israel. Kristen Klein, hello from Ohio. Ross Feinstein, Age of Disclosure, yeah. Midnight Mark says,
Yeah, he's trying to latch onto a big documentary release.
Vibrant, the standard by which I judge myself. My plumage.
Yes,
okay, well,
he
maybe
chose
that means my
thumbnail
wild hair.
on purpose.
Which, you know, I just, busyness and everything, I let it grow out. It's really getting more wild, but it's good for the winter, dude. It is cold here.
I love this, too. This guy works 1 day a week, but he's too busy to go get a haircut. That's what he just said. I work 1 day a week, but guys, I'm just too busy to go get a haircut.
It's 21 degrees outside.
And by the way, I thought he was lying. He lies a lot about how bad the weather is where he lives. But I looked it up and he's right. It was 20 that day. So he's crying. He's running a space heater in his basement, trying not to freeze to death. He must have really shitty insulation or none, according to his own claims. But it's funny that he's crying that he's got to turn the heater on because it's so cold in his basement, I guess, right? He has heated floors. How cold could it be when you have heated floors, right?
A really cold day. Crystal Swishu says hello from Switzerland. Barry N. Kosek says Pittsburgh says hi. Jenny Parbury, hi from Australia.
All right. Read the chat for 20 minutes, you loser.
But no, we're good so far. Everything is good so far. I could not find anywhere in your book's explanation for how the infinite vacuum of space does not suck out our atmosphere. Well, I would imagine that's gravity holding the atmosphere in place, but, you know, call me crazy. Anyway, yeah, I definitely made...
He's talking about how cold it is, and he's sweating like a pig.
Sure that I would not be cold, and now I'm a little bit warm, but throughout the day, I think this is all going to turn into something very positive. So
positive for him. He's going to collect 2,500 from morons.
Just started my little backup recording there. We got that going now, and life is good.
He's got to backup record his stream. What?
So -7 this morning here, says Gene Novacek. Wow, that's a lot worse than usual. David is stripping down. That's right. I wanted to make sure that I was not going to be too cold. And instead now I'm definitely...
I like how he's always preening his hair and shit during the streams.
Definitely warm.
Like he must catch a view of himself and go like, oh, my hair. What's left of my hair looks great. Look at his bald spot up there. There's like a 1-inch strip of bald down the whole center of his head. Look at that shit.
So we'll just take it one...
He's broke and he's bald and he's definitely gay, friends.
One step at a time. If I have to, look out, David's going to...
By the way, I heard from somebody that David Wilcock is very angry at me for saying that he's gay or implying that he's gay or likes to get butt banged by dudes or butt bang other dudes. So since I know it bothers him, we're going to crank up the David Wilcock is gray to like 11. He's definitely gay. We're going to find his Grindr profile and show it to everybody, right? Maybe we'll send in some gay hookers, right, with recording device. No, I'm not going to do that. But that would be funny, right?
Strip, says Linda Kiesling. Somebody should turn David's characters into a movie script. David, today I'm waiting for some very bombastic news. All right, well, let's get into that news.
Butt banged by aliens.
First of all, I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I know how precious
he really means he wants to thank you for spending your money with him today.
You're here. I want to say that from the bottom of my heart. I'm very, very grateful for your presence. So, yes, we have some very, very big news going on, folks.
I love how he's saying disclosure is moving ahead at warp drive speed. What happened? Oh, a very big CIA disclosure movie came out, and this moron is jumping all over it. And Troll is here with one for the goal. Are you going to have a watch-along party for the Kino Boys' new movie coming out on Friday? Yes. What I plan on doing is waiting till Saturday, and then we'll do the watch-along party on Saturday. I don't want to like suck views from them if they're going to debut it on their Kick channel, and I'm doing a watch-along party at the very same time. I think that's kind of rude, you know. I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't want somebody to do a watch party while I'm doing the premiere. So I'm going to do it the next day, this Saturday. Troll. But thank you for your kindness.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
Yes, we're doing a Kick exclusive review show this week. This Saturday night, we're going to be reviewing the Kino Casino's new Dark Side Phil movie, and I'm going to try to squeeze in a Dark Side Phil show as well because, and I just sent this to Spooky. This is so funny. The clownward spiral of Dark Side Phil has begun. Not the downward spiral, the clownward spiral. And I got that great tagline by reading the downward spiral wrong. Somebody said something on Twitter like, Dark Side Phil's downward spiral has begun. And I really did read it as clownward spiral. And I think that kind of is better. So, yeah, we're going to do that this week. So this week we have this show tonight, the Age of Disclosure review, which is coming Thursday night. And I don't know, a Dark Side. Maybe we'll just do the Dark Side Phil update when we watch we'll do the watch party as well on Kick.
I understand now that disclosure is moving at warp drive speed.
There's nothing being disclosed. It's the same bunch of retards telling the same stories over and over again, including David Wilcock, who on this stream is going to tell you the Face on Mars stories and the Structures on the Moon stories that there's never been a single solitary shred of actual evidence for. It's just stories. So what he means is fake UFO and alien stories are now moving at warp drive speed. I'll translate. Don't worry, I'm a professional wackadoo translator. I could do this.
And that is a very, very exciting development for us.
I love how this fucking guy has to make slides for everything too. Like, oh, I was constipated, better make a slide about it. Like, who does that? If you're constipated, is your first thought, like, I got to make a PowerPoint slide about my bowel movements and let my audience know all about it.
All of us.
He's so desperate for material. He's got nothing to talk about, right? You know, what's he going to talk about? Like all the scams he ran, you know?
When we start learning what's really going on in the cosmos, disclosure is going to change everything. Disclosure is going to make everything that we thought we knew up until that moment seem like it was obsolete. It changes everything about our lives on Earth, changes everything about society.
Well, what if it was real? But it's going on 80 years now. People have been saying this shit, and there's never a single 80 years of people talking about UFOs and aliens, and there's never been a single shred of real evidence or proof of it. It's just stories, friends.
All the questions that we used to ask are going to now be different.
Here he is preening his hair again.
Different answers. There's going to be a whole new.
I think he's very subconscious about how bald he is. So he's constantly trying to fix it so it still looks like he has hair on his head. This is a careful illusion, man. He's pretty bald on the whole top of his head, but somehow, I don't know if it's spray on hair or like, I used to do shows with a guy, and he used to have this sort of powder, and he would like paint the hairline in on the top of his head. There was a little bit of hair there, but he would like put this powder on his head before the show started. I don't know. I mean, I just think if you're going bald, just have some dignity. My best friend growing up went bald at like 19, like totally bald, just totally was going bald. And that dude has balls, because you know what he did? He shaved his head, and last I know, to this day, I don't really speak to him much anymore, he still just shaves his head. And I'm pretty sure he got laid more after the hair was gone. Some women like that shit, right? Don't do the sweep over like David Wilcock. Don't do the rug. Don't do the sweep. No.
Things to think about. Nothing can prepare us for the moment that we actually get an official announcement. Okay,
I thought he said he was cold. And by the way, look at all the makeup. Look at all the makeup on that fucking rag of his. Why does he need all this makeup to do a live stream?
That's the way I take it.
And I don't know. Look, I got to say this. I was on some television shows doing magic stuff back in the day, quite some time ago now. I don't know, probably 15 years ago. And they always put makeup on me. And I was always like, that's weird. But I did it. But it was television, and it wasn't a live stream. I don't know. It just bothers me that he's constantly playing with his hair and he's got makeup on to do a live stream. Like, This is how vain he is. And whoa, would you look at that? Mike Larry has graced us with his presence. Always happy to see Mike Larry. Mike Larry has gifted 20 Truth Seekers membership. Let's go, man. 20 memberships. Mike Larry is responsible for so many people getting a free membership to the channel. And by the way, I want to thank Mike Larry, but also mention that if you were unaware, I'm starting a new show that will be Kick exclusive. And I finally decided that unless I have some major health difficulties between now and then, that new show, which will be totally uncensored on Kick, it's called the Internet Insanity Circus. New kind of show. It'll be weekly, every Saturday. And if you are a member here on Truth Seekers or you are a Patreon supporter, you will get a copy of each show. So if you don't catch the Kick live, and Kick doesn't keep all the shows too long, you'll be able to see every one of the episodes of the Internet Insanity Circus just for being a member here. But thank you, Mike Larry. Very, very kind and generous. Thank you for all of the gifted memberships. And if you received the gifted membership tonight, thank Mike Larry. And by the way, you got to hit the subscribe button, because when kind and generous souls like Mike Larry come here and gift these membership and expand our community, you could win one, but you must be a subscriber. 20 people got a free membership to the members only section here. And by the way, I haven't checked, but I think there's like hundreds of members only videos in there. 20 people got a member badge and all the member benefits thanks to Mike Larry. Thank you, Mike Larry.
Praise the
Big
cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Thank you, Mike Larry. Always happy to see Charles McDonald and Mike Larry, who buy an awful lot of these gifted memberships. Thank you for your kindness. Much, much appreciated. Yes, and everybody's thanking Mike in the live chat. VHS copy will cost $60 extra, says FB Soft. Don't laugh. I once made a music video project and I sold them on VHS and DVD, and they were hand copied. That was fun. All right, let's go back to this moron.
It's always been my perspective. Linda Korsiak says, this is the high point of my week. So thank you very much. And
Can you imagine what a loser you have to be if the high point of your week is listening to David Wilcock drivel, right? And by the way, I had a wonderful weekend this past weekend. I went to the cabin with one goal, and that is that I kind of left the cabin quite a mess the last time I was there when I had my health event start. And, it looked like a frat party in there. There's like pizza boxes and beer cans and empty liquor bottles and stuff. And I remember when I had my health problems thinking like, man, what if I croaked and my wife had to go back to that mess? Like, holy. So I went there and I cleaned the whole cabin. I cleaned up the yard and the porch, and I got some firewood made. So I had a great weekend at the cabin. But then driving back, I decided, well, let's listen to Wilcock. Holy, I had to turn it off. I felt like I was getting dumber every 10 minutes listening to this guy. It's so bad. His show is so terrible. His money's drying up, and we're
only 10 minutes in.
10 minutes in, and all he's done so far is read the chat comments, the kind, polite chat comments, telling him how nice he looks and how much they like his hair and shit, right?
What do you do? How do you handle this?
Let's fast forward. I got plenty of skip juice. I don't think we're making it through much of that.
At what point do people start to make the connection that there is a cosmic battle going on for your soul?
And the proof of that is what? Oh, there is no proof of that. You made it up.
Because to me, that's what disclosure really is about. It's the fact that we're not alone, and this has been going on for a long, long time. And what we're going to learn is very, very compelling stuff. We're not alone in the cosmos, and the world religions, both negative-oriented philosophies as well as positive philosophies, they're very real. See if I can fix that a little bit here.
Yeah, guy has all week to set up his show. He waits till he's live to like put lights on and shit.
Plus a little more guitar room. Let's see if I can.
Oh, I got to show people my toys in the background that I spent huge money on.
That works. Yeah, that works better. Okay, that's good. Julia says, you are one of the main personalities in the disclosure projects. My knowledge in this subject started from your videos.
Oh, that girl must be retarded. Poor girl.
David deserves more thumbs up. He's risking his life for decades. Thank you, and smash the button.
Yeah, can you believe this? He's risking his life telling fake alien stories on YouTube. He's risking his life, guys. He's risking his life telling fake alien stories on YouTube and collecting millions of dollars from retarded followers. He's risking his life, guys. It's so stupid.
All right. So, somebody said,
I don't know about risking his life, but I'd like to think he's risking his freedom running all these scams. You know, one of the things that I think is that imagine if you got away with all the scams I showed you at the beginning of the broadcast, and each one you got like $50,000 or hundreds of thousands of dollars, or in some of those scams you got millions of dollars. After you've gotten away with that many scams, you've got to get bold, right? Like, he's going to get bolder. He's going to run a scam that's finally going to catch the attention of some government officials, in my opinion. And he's finally going to get what is coming to him.
Shout out to anyone who looks like the scarecrow had a baby with the cowardly lion. I guess he's talking about me. That was Enox said that. Hi, David. You're looking very healthy and relaxed.
Here we go. He's still just reading comments where people are telling him how healthy and relaxed he looks. Yeah, he's got 3 pounds of makeup on. He's got fake teeth and fake hair. That's not healthy. If you got to have totally fake teeth, you lost all your teeth and you're wearing a fucking basically a glorified denture set, that's not healthy, okay? If you got to slather makeup all over your face to give your face the appearance of, I don't know, not being, you know, look, I'm pale. I'm okay with that. I've always been pale. I don't go outside too much, except for cabin stuff. They're telling him how healthy he looks while he has 5 pounds of makeup on his face,
with that,
fake teeth, and no hair on the top of his head. That's all carefully like gelled over to make it look like he has hair on the top of his head.
Comes advertising and marketing and self-promotion and all these things that make you have to focus on yourself as a personality. And you're a brand at that point, right?
Yeah, David Wilcock is a brand. You're a scam brand.
So it's a very difficult thing.
Even a lot of the true believer UFO nutters know that David Wilcock is a fraud. And they'll believe anything, but they won't believe him.
I think for these higher beings to find the right person, they have reached out to me in various ways, and my life hasn't all been easy either.
His life hasn't been easy. The guy works 1 day a week. He collects millions of dollars from retarded people. He's never worked a day in his life. He had a job working with like disabled people for a short time because he has a degree in psychology. He couldn't take it. It was too difficult. And then he just learned how to scam people. So he moved on to just scamming people. He hasn't had a real job in 20 plus years. His life hasn't all been easy.
But I do the best I can, and I'm still fighting. I'm still here for you guys now. Q-Fay says it's one huge intelligence test.
And what's up with those butt chops on the side of his head? Like, what the fuck? Are you trying to look like Wolverine? What's going on there, bro?
Midnight Mark says, my girlfriend texted me to tell me how handsome David looks today. Why am I jealous?
So this is half his show now. People in his live chat telling him how handsome he is, right? Imagine the narcissism that you go, oh, I got to read all these comments telling me how handsome I am.
Shouldn't be jealous, believe me. It's been a rough time for me, but I'm definitely doing my part.
He just sold the house for $200,000. Yeah, it's been real rough. I just got 200.
A lot of women are not going to like this. As Patricia W. There's no marriage on the other side, nor in the heavenly realms. It is a 3D thing, a human idea. I don't know if that's totally true. There's actually a woman in today's slides who's supposedly an extraterrestrial human says that she's in a married relationship with 7 children. That they're mated from birth. They actually know who they're going to get together with before they were even born, interestingly enough.
Well, why did David Wilcock marry the wrong woman who then divorced him in favor of fucking herself with a cucumber? Could you imagine that how David Wilcock's skills in bed are so bad that you'd rather just dildo yourself with a cucumber than stay married to this guy? Like, imagine how bad he had to be. I think he's a 2-pump chump. That's what I think. I don't think he can make a woman come. Look at him. Look at him. He can't make a woman come. Look at him. Look at him. Charles McDonald is here. Boy, I'm going to start saying I always love when I see Charles McDonald and Mike Larry in the live chat more often, because it feels like every time I say that, they both show up. Charles McDonald has been another one of those people that have constantly gifted free memberships so that people could sample the members only videos. And I got to tell you, the conversion rate is pretty good. You know, I'm sure there's some people, they just don't have the money, so they take the free month and they never sign up. But a lot of people get the free membership and then they sign up, and this helps increase our memberships here. Thank you so much, Mike Larry, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. It is much, much appreciated. He is a big show supporter and a channel member himself. So if you get a free membership tonight, thank Mike Larry or thank Charles McDonald. And I'm sure more people may be gifting, feeling generous and gifting some of these memberships and helping us expand our community. And if you want to win one, you got to be a subscriber. So if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Yes, thank you, Charles McDonald. Very much appreciated. Always good to see you. Wilcock is scared of the vajayjay. Yeah, he has said that getting near a woman and a vagina makes him physically ill. Is that a sign of gayness? I would think because I think if I had to get near a dude like that, that would make me physically ill. So if getting near a woman makes you ill, does that mean you're gay? I think so. He's definitely scared of the vajayjay. FP Yusof says maybe Wilcock has tiny hardware down there. Yeah, he's got a little pickle, I would think. She prefers the thick cucumber to the little pickle. Yeah.
David, I want to know your thoughts on Stuart Swerdlow. The Montauk survivor is a credible individual.
Stuart Swerdlow is a pervert that like to watch other dudes jerk off in chairs.
Really studied him too much, but I know he's been speaking a lot lately. So, yeah, I don't know what to say on that one. When are we? Yeah, I've just been so busy. I haven't really had the time to listen to what other people are saying.
He's been so busy. He works one day a week for 3 hours. He's so busy. And all right, granted, well, maybe 2 days, because it takes him a day to write all those slides out. Like on Monday, I was constipated. On Tuesday, I had 2 bowel movements. Let me put this all in my slides for my next show. Like, how is he so busy? He doesn't work. He doesn't have a job.
For the most part, I do certain amounts of research, and we're going to get into some of that today. Hi from Glasgow, Scotland, says Gavin Morrison. When are we getting free energy, something to truly help humanity? The DS will never give up control. I think that day is coming. I mean, disclosure, that's the thing that's so cool, right? Like if there is an announcement.
Funny.
And we find out.
I never talk to my wife about what's going on in the show. But when we found out that David Wilcock's wife was making cucumber porn, I told my wife about that. And she was like, no, that can't be real. I'm like, no, it is real. I found the videos. My wife's like, that's not really his wife. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's his wife making how to dildo yourself with a cucumber tutorials. And and my wife said the same thing. Like, if there's something smelly going on down there, you need a fucking doctor, not a cucumber cleanse, right? Ladies, if you got an odor, go to a doctor. Do not do a cucumber cleanse like David Wilcock's wife suggests. Ex-wife.
That there's this.
She left. He could never make her come.
This whole cosmic battle for the soul going on. How long can it be before those planet healing technologies are released? How long can it be before we start healing ourselves in terms of just the overall prosperity and the joy that we're going to have when we have these new technologies available to us? It's a very, very exciting time.
Yeah, he's busy doing research on Netflix and Disney.
Scarlet Fire says, I love David in brighter colors. Absolutely love you, says Hilda Johansson. Your kindness is what I love the most. Well, I do my best. Thank you very much.
We're 25 minutes in. He hasn't said anything. He's just read the comments that say how handsome he is or how good he looks. Like, how much of a narcissist could you possibly be to sit there that long? All right, now we'll get into the 3i Atlas nonsense.
Jaw-droppingly beautiful image of 3i Atlas on 11/22, but it was just released hours ago. This one will be sure to stir up some conversation as its anti-tail in alignment with NGC 4454 make it look like something has appeared in front of the object And wait till you see this, man. 2 ion tails are still present as well. Big thank you to Mitsunoi.
And of course, David Wilcock is grifting off the 3i Atlas. Every reputable astronomer, astrophysicist, or scientist that has anything to do with these matters on Earth says it's a rock, but not David Wilcock. It's an alien spaceship, just like Avi Loeb says, of course.
Stay curious. Okay. So check that out, huh? It looks almost like there's a little galaxy in front of it. I mean, that's really, really wild. So I haven't heard Dr. Avi Loeb weigh in yet on, I think, Avi Loeb fatigue.
Yeah, he's busy trying to figure out a new scam already.
He started to set in a little bit because you don't hear as much from him this past week as you were before. But he kind of got overshadowed by Age of Disclosure. But again, let's look at it even closer here. This is really wild. That there's some kind of like little galactic thing there.
It's a galactic thing. Very precise.
It really does look like there's an energy field coming out of it.
No, it doesn't.
How do you explain that? What is that exactly? So
it's a fucking rock in space, you moron.
Oh, yeah, there continue to be really strange anomalies with 3i Atlas, and maybe the image that we see on the right is what would happen if you zoomed in really deep on that. We don't really know what it is. Could it actually be a spaceship? Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's not all.
Yeah, and it's also possible that monkeys might fly out of my asshole. It's entirely possible. It's a spaceship. You moron. It's a rock. It's a natural formation. Perv Acid says, scam with space rocks and his garden rocks too. Yeah, does anybody remember that? He was going to give everybody that came to his live event a rock from his yard so that they could be deeply connected with his majesty's grand energy or some shit.
All these strange things is giving off nickel. It's right there in the ecliptic plane. It's making an approach towards the planets. It's got this massive size, the size of Manhattan.
It's possible, Sniff. Yeah.
And remember last week we were talking about this amazing stuff with the Rendezvous with Rama, the Arthur C. Clarke story, and that it was called 31489.
Yeah, and by the way, this is an age-old scam tactic of David Wilcock. Something will be going on, and what he'll do is he'll find something in the past that is fictional that sounds like what's going on now, right? Like, oh, somebody talked about a giant space rock in a science fiction book from the 1950s. Were they prophesying the future? Were they giving us disclosure? How did they know about this 3i Atlas in this book? And then, you know, it's called a coincidence, you moron. That's called a coincidence.
Book, and then it's 31 looks like 3i, and they look the same. Basically, the descriptions that we've been given match what's in Rendezvous with Rama that was written in 73 or something. So
73, not
this might be a narrative that's coming out for a long time. And as I've said before, it seems like the
yeah, totally. They were telling us all about the 3i Atlas spaceship in 1973. We didn't have imaging good enough that they would know that that was coming, you moron. But don't let things like facts and evidence and science get in the way of a good bullshit story that you can cram down the mouth of your moron, cram down the ears of your moron followers and extract money from retards.
Yeah. Logitech Gaming says it's electrical plasma. It's not a spacecraft. Electric universe.
I will check the kicks. Thank you.
It's definitely interesting no matter what. And so, anyway.
How do I check the kicks?
It's very fascinating that all this stuff is happening right now.
Dashboard?
Vicky Crew Fuller says, your voice is very kind. Thank you. This is a vibration we all need. I really appreciate that. Alan Wayman says, David, man, I love you, dude. Here. And we got 2 donations here, by the way. Alan.
Yeah, I love you. I got to read that one. They love me, guys. They love me. Look at that. Tampon Blood Magic sent a rage quit. Wilcock is taking Allie's grift. 500 kicks. Thank you for that. Very, very kind and generous of you there. Tampon Blood Magic, I think that is. 1 second. And we have G. You can give 12 subs to take 10th place. 1 moment here. Tampon Blood Magic sent Rage quit. And, 500. Wilcock sold me a closet full of rainbow skins, empty hangers. He actually shows a rainbow on his show this week. It's so stupid, so ridiculous. One moment here. I want to make sure we don't miss any of those other ones. Okay, so I apologize. And remember, guys, I'm visually impaired, so I barely know how to work Kick. I will routinely check back in with the Kick here. Let me see if we have any subs to call out while we're here on Kick. No subs, no money, no honey. But we did get 500 kicks twice, so I think that's $10. Thank you very much for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. It is much appreciated.
Praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty, praise the cash. Praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty, praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Let's praise some more cash over on Kick. I'm going to miss that Kick paycheck this month. It was funny. Darkside Phil was crying that Kick wasn't paying him fast enough, so he might not be able to buy all the toys that he wanted.
And Vicky, is 3i Atlas here to help us or kill us? What do you think? Well, I don't know exactly, but I'll tell you that I wonder about the nature of what it is. I wonder about what's really going on here. Because of what Dr. Beer has been saying, what Dr. Carol Rosin has,
a bunch of people got free memberships thanks to Charles McDonald as well.
You know, this could be an attempt to throw things off because the alliance may very well be moving into a final phase. And, you know, for various reasons, I've decided to try to be less political. We're not really going into a whole lot of politics right now.
Because it's a big rock, dumbass. Yes, I remember.
That things are moving
I was driving,
and
Tales of Sonic Voyage. I was driving home from the cabin, and I heard him read your comment. It's just a rock, and I cracked up. I almost had to pull over. I was cracking up. You gotta love it when he's so dumb that he just reads troll comments because that's how stupid this guy is.
It's just lots of moves on the chessboard, lots of strange things going on. These certain files that are going to be released pretty soon. And I guess everybody is just like clutching like mad to the riverbank before that happens. That could be a big, big deal.
Everything is big things coming with David Wilcock, but nothing ever comes, including his wife.
Sunny Sky says, please refrain from spam advertising products or dropping links. Respect David and focus on his teaching today. Thank you, Sunny Skies.
Yeah, he's got a whole cult of retards in there sanitizing the chat now.
So it's a very interesting time to be alive, and it's like, wow, where is this all going, and what does it mean for us as a soul?
By the way, his live viewers are down, his donations are down, his replay views are down. It's all down for David Wilcock, and I'm here for it.
Well, what does it mean for us? Is there a cosmic battle?
Turns out you can't repeat the same bullshit over and over again.
I believe the answer is yes.
For years on end without some consequences.
And I believe that many things
people stop tuning in
that we see in our world have multiple layers of meaning to them.
Yeah, the Alliance is the same as the Galactic Federation. No, they're distinct. They're different.
It's too far away to reach a conclusion with conventional equipment and telescopes. We're just going to have to wait, says Paul Cannon.
Yeah, we don't want to hold monkeys in our asshole.
And again, as I've said so many times, Uncle Jack, one of my main insiders, told me to
Elizabeth left Dave for the
that we would see something come out in the form of this, you know, spaceship that's disclosed, that everybody is told there's a spaceship in the sky.
He is more low energy than
coming into Earth, and that it would end up attacking the Earth.
It's crazy he's so low energy.
To try to unify us all together.
Boring. Like, how do you watch this on purpose?
Unified government type of situation.
So uncharismatic.
All of the distractions, any problems they might have, they all get washed away at that point, because now everybody's focused on this. So
I wouldn't call what you're going on living.
Game changer. The usual
barely
suspects,
alive.
if you want to call them that, they know that you got to create upheaval, and that through upheaval comes the ability to create massive sweeping changes in very short periods of time. People cry out for something to be done. They cry out for
Uncle
change.
Jack used to dress up as a Draco for sexy
and
fun
the answer
time.
doesn't always come easily. The answer can come through painful and sudden change, and that's, you know, wars usually happen with a spark.
Thanks for the kicks. Much appreciated.
War, and everything gets rolling from there.
That's gross. Tampon blood red. What kind of
We would
fucking
be
user ID
surprised
is
who
that?
hears our prayers, says
Fuck,
David of
man.
Shield.
Who's in my
Totally agree.
audience? What kind of degenerate?
Well, there's my first YouTube drop.
My
for
kind of
David's stream.
degenerates.
The only time YouTube ever drops the feed is when I'm on with David. Well, now we're doing it. Ross Feinstein says it happens 5 times a show consistently. Sorry about that. I'll try to keep my
You get
verbal
dumber the
hygiene
longer
as
you
intact
listen.
as possible and avoid any types of things. Bach Apollo says distancing away from the shadow posts was the right move. Well,
There's
there we go.
Plan B with some classy
That was a
French.
donation.
Merci beaucoup.
It just was
Stephen.
something that I was actually told to do. And again, the game got a lot more risky.
The
lately,
username,
so
Sticks and
I don't have
Hammer,
any
yeah, who
exotic
does
team
tampon
around
blood
me. I don't
magic.
have
Okay, now it
group
makes
of
sense. Sticks and
insiders
Hammer
that I can
lore,
work with
yes.
and depend on for protection. So I just feel like it's the best move right now. But we're still getting a lot done.
Here, we missed this very important point. David Wilcock says he can't read Q-Tard Telegram posts on his show anymore because he doesn't have the proper security around him to read those dangerous Q-Tard Telegram posts. Like, how ridiculous is that? I can't read those Q-Tard things anymore because I need increased security in order to read Q-Tard posts on my show. It's so stupid and childish.
Well, there's my first YouTube drop for David's stream. The only time YouTube ever drops the feed is when I'm on with David. Well, now we're doing it. Ross Feinstein says it happens 5 times a show consistently. Sorry about that. I'll try to keep my verbal hygiene as intact as possible.
Yeah, and that's another thing. David Wilcock thinks that YouTube is monitoring his live streams, and when he says certain words, they cut off his stream or something. Like, talk about paranoid delusions of grandeur. Do you really think that YouTube is monitoring your stream and stopping your stream when you say certain retarded words? Like,
and avoid any types of things.
He thought they crashed his stream when he talked about Elon Musk one time. People talk about Elon Musk on YouTube all the time. I just did. My stream's still going. Like, it's so childish and stupid.
Bach Apollo says distancing away from the shadow posts was the right move. Well, there we go. That was a donation. It just was something that I was actually...
Yeah, I've noticed something else. If the donations are small, he doesn't read them. Like, it looks like you gotta really give him some good money, or he's not going to actually lower himself to read a $2 super chat.
Told to do. And again, the game got a lot more risky lately.
The Dark
so
YouTube Alliance.
I don't have
yes.
any exotic team around me. I don't have a group of insiders.
So risky to read Q-Tard Telegram posts. I don't have security,
so
guys.
I feel like it's the best move right now. But we're still getting a lot done. There's still a lot happening that is very, very interesting. And I'm very excited about it. So we're going to keep on rolling with the show. No
Clown Cucumber says Sacha N.
Another thing that happened in the age of disclosure was they talked about Holloman Air Force Base. Somebody came out with the images from the original actual contact report.
Oh, man. And he's actually sharing UFO Joe, who's one of the most retarded people. UFO Joe is quite possibly the most retarded guy in UFO land. And David Wilcock is sharing this retarded guy's take. The Holloman Air Force Base was a hoax. It's been proven. The film of the supposed UFO coming down from the sky was debunked as an airplane.
The beings have an odd bluish gray complexion. Their eyes are set far apart with a large pronounced nose, wearing a headpiece that resembles a rope-like design. If you want to see what the beings allegedly looked like, I put a few clips together from the 1974 documentary UFOs Past, Present, and Future.
The Holloman Air Force Base is a story in which people have claimed that aliens went to a meeting with Eisenhower, but there's zero evidence or proof from that. And in fact, Eisenhower was at the dentist when he was supposed to be at Holloman Air Force Base meeting with aliens. That's the reality. But again, people like David Wilcock or this retarded guy, Joe, UFO Joe, live in a delusional fantasy world where somebody says something and it's true. They don't need evidence. They don't need proof of anything. And even when they're confronted with overwhelming evidence that the story is fake, like the supposed UFO landing video was an airplane, 100% debunked as an airplane coming down. They just ignore it and keep telling the story, and they just leave out the part of the story that would tend to make most reasonable, rational people understand that it's a fake story.
Read all this. It says the craft sets down on 3 extension pads. A panel slides open on the side, stepping forward 1, then 2, and a third. What appear to be men dressed in tight-fitting jumpsuits.
Well, that's a great story, isn't it? What's the evidence for this? Trust me, bro.
They're perhaps a little short by our standards, with an odd blue-gray complexion, eyes set far apart, and a large pronounced nose, wearing a headpiece resembling a rope-like design. The commander and the 2 scientists step forward to greet the visitors. Arrangements are made by communication of some sort. They retire to...
How do you communicate with an alien species? You can't. They don't explain this. Or usually UFO nuttards, they go to the, they communicate telepathically, so they don't need to know English, or we don't need to know their language.
In our office.
That's a cop-out.
Left behind are a stunned group of military personnel. Who they are, where they're from, what they want is unknown. Like I've said before.
Yeah, look at this quality imagery right here. It looks like it was drawn by a 9-year-old.
Or if this really happened, it's one of the most important events in the history of our species. We need to see if any evidence still exists to authenticate it. Any data about this alleged event should
David couldn't get his security clearance to a restroom.
I'll include a queued up.
He likes gas station bathrooms, you know, where they have those rendezvous.
Coming in for a landing at the
end
of the
butt banging ones.
Definitely a plane. So there it is. He's got a big, strong chest. He's got the headdress, and you can see now a little more up close what they look like. And what made this so interesting, again, forward 1, then 2, and a third for the entire segment in the replies.
He even says in this, keep in mind that the craft they show coming in for a landing is almost definitely a plane. No, it's been completely and totally proven that it was a plane. So this whole story, the only evidence of it was this video that people had. It looks like a dot, a light in the sky coming down into a canyon. That's been debunked. It's an airplane. Even the UFO retard, UFO Joe, admits that the video they show is definitely, most definitely, almost definitely a plane. It is definitely an airplane. So wouldn't that lead you to believe, David Wilcock, that maybe the story's not true if people were faking evidence of a UFO to sell this story? Not David Wilcock and not retard Joe, UFO Joe.
Keep in mind the craft they show coming in for a landing at the end of the movie is almost definitely a plane. So there it is. He's got a big, strong chest. He's got the headdress. And
Wilcock just ignores that line, that the evidence of this is fake.
And you can see now a little more up close what they look like. And what
oh man, that's some scary aliens.
What made this so interesting again was that this was disclosed in the new film, and this was something that apparently George H.W. Bush Sr.
Yeah, more stories, right?
Disclosed.
They're like, oh, we had a briefing with the dead man and told the dead man, George Bush Sr., all about the aliens. Well, nobody can dispute that.
Closed it to Dr.
This Holloman Air Force story is just old UFO mythology. It's been debunked and ripped to shreds by skeptics. It's completely and totally a fake story. But that won't stop stupid people like Wilcock from shoveling that fake story out into the ether of the internet again and again and again. It's like people forget that the story is fake. And the story goes away for a little while, but then a grifter like UFO Joe or a grifter like David Wilcock pick it up again and just pretend that it wasn't debunked out the wazoo. And they did it in Age of Disclosure too.
Eric Davis.
And
said this was an authentic contact event. So it came from the former head of the CIA,
who's dead, and nobody can fact check this. And that was told to Eric Davis, who's a complete and total wackadoo, who thinks poltergeists followed him from Skinwalker Ranch to his house, right? And he had voices in his head from Skinwalker Ranch.
Former president of the United States.
Real credible sources of information that David Wilcock is using as truth here.
He said this event actually did happen, and that's pretty wild. So,
a complete and total wackadoo said this event happened. What about all the skeptical takedowns of the story, proving that Eisenhower wasn't anywhere even in that state when the supposed meeting with the aliens took place? What about the debunk of the only evidence, the UFO landing video that turned out to be an airplane? Doesn't that matter? No.
Anyway, we're looking at this and we're saying, okay, we finally now can see what these guys looked like. And so this is an even more up close view. Very foreign, huh? Very different than a regular human being, but still human-like. And so,
Yeah, what a great
imagine
illustration
if
there.
you grew up in a society where that's all it was. and
Yeah,
how
the
different
witness
we
is a
would
dead
look
man that you can't
compared
check
to
in with.
everybody
Yeah,
in
very
this group.
convenient.
And again, it's fascinating because we don't really
Up
know what
close
was
in the
discussed, but
cartoon. Big
Solomon
strong
is
chest.
again
Yeah,
one of
he
these
liked that.
classic UFO contact sighting reports that we've heard about for a long, long time. It was in many different books that I read, and
there was never any evidence for it.
somebody says they don't see David. They might have lost the connection. Yes, if your connection drops, you might need to reload, but hopefully that won't happen anymore. I'll
And
just
by the
be very
way,
careful.
if you really want to
make
get to
sure
David
I
Wilcock
mind my
and you're in his
peace.
live chat, tell him that the screen went blank. Tell him that the audio is muted. He loses his mind. It's so funny.
And cues. And to make sure I don't say certain things. So another big disclosure thing that kind of just showed up this week is the idea of the amount of water in the solar system and how that's a good way for us to have habitation. They look like Egyptian.
Yeah, and this is another one of those super duper prover maneuvers. Every once in a while, Mr. Wilcock will actually tell his audience a little bit of the truth, right? And it's funny that he, like totally, he'll tell like 100 lies, but then he'll put in one real science fact to try to like, well, that's real, so I guess all the rest of the shit that I said in this stream must mean that's true too. No, one of these things is not. It's false equivocation. One of these things is not like the other.
Pharaoh, says Vakapal. Yeah, I totally agree. The Egyptian Pharaoh thing is definitely, we can see the headdress, and it's like maybe these beings were one of the ones that came to Egypt and were there because they're wearing very similar stuff.
Yes, and maybe I'm Jesus too, like maybe 30 to 40% of everything David Wilcock says is just him speculating.
And maybe that's what they like to wear.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. And maybe
anyway,
monkeys
our
are going to
whole
fly in my
solar system
asshole
could be
today.
colonized.
Wilcock.
There's plenty of water out there. That came up again this week. This poster showed up, and it says water beyond. All the water
the
in the
med
solar
beds was a
system,
good
scale.
show. Yeah.
If you look at the Earth for the scale, and then Earth's ocean, you have 1.3 billion cubic kilometers.
I can't believe it
Europa's
either.
own ice sheet has 0.6 billion cubic kilometers of actual water.
Yes, try that.
And that's drinkable water. We have groundwater on Earth is 0.23 billion cubic kilometers. Ice is 0.024 billion cubic kilometers. Fresh water on the surface is only 0.0001 billion cubic kilometers. We have ice on Mercury, Moon, and Mars.
Buy more hats, girlfriend finds
And then
better
look at this
stuff
down
on
here.
TikTok. Yes.
We have all this other sources of water out there. Europa's ice sheet, Europa's ocean, Titan's ice sheet, Titan's ocean, Ganymede's ice sheet, Ganymede's
Yeah,
ocean.
so here's some real science mixed in with all the
billion cubic kilometers.
UFO fakery
This
and
is from
fraud.
Voronoi, made visual daily.
And he thinks that this
all these
somehow
different sources.
backs up the rest of the bullshit.
That
somehow.
is a fascinating thing, because if you think about all of the places that we have,
Hey there,
we
Sam
could go
Corbin
and
is here now. It's a
actually
party.
drill
Welcome.
for water and mine water. It's wonderful. It's wonderful when you think about what's possible and where this could all go. Strimble says this
It's
is all rubbish.
wonderful.
Well, if you want to believe that, that's fine.
This is
But
all
again,
rubbish.
The President of the United States may be getting ready to make a disclosure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know exactly how you.
Yeah, look at this guy just said this is all rubbish.
That is a fascinating thing.
He
Because if you
reads
think
it.
about
This is
all
all
of the places
rubbish.
that we have,
And what is David
we could go
Wilcock-
and actually.
Wilcock's defense when somebody says in his live chat, this is all rubbish? Well, wait till President Trump announces the existence of extraterrestrials. Then you won't think it's rubbish. Come on, Wilcock. Trump is not going to announce extraterrestrials, you moron. That's a rumor started to sell a shitty movie.
Drill for water and mine water. It's wonderful. It's wonderful when you think about what's possible and where this could all go.
Yes,
Strimble
Wilcock
says this is all rubbish.
This is all rubbish,
Well, if you want to
Wilcock.
believe that, that's fine. But again, the President of the United States may be getting ready to make a disclosure. I don't know exactly how you.
Yeah, and he may be getting ready to disclose that unicorns are real. And he may be be ready to disclose that leprechauns are real and fairies too. It's so stupid. So the people trying to sell the Age of Disclosure movie floated the rumor that Donald Trump may soon announce the existence of extraterrestrials. That's to make morons buy their movie for $25. There's no proof of that. There's no evidence of that. Yeah, I'm doing very good. But Wilcock thinks he's going to be vindicated when Trump announces that aliens are real, dude.
Want to say that that's rubbish, but okay. It sounds to me like something's getting ready to happen here. And I personally am very, very excited. So
yeah, David Wilcock got his disclosure boner. He watched that Age of Disclosure movie. He got his alien dick all hard, right?
Yep. Ross Feinstein got
his disclosure boner.
So maybe that's us from the future with the military commander. Who the heck knows? Bush is a liar, says God his powers activate.
Yeah, it's the baddies
don't
fake.
Really know that.
What are you going to do?
Anyway, the water thing is fascinating. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. And I'm just delighted to be here with you guys today. Thank you all for showing up.
He's so delighted. By the way, his views are way down. He had an average of
3,410 concurrent viewers.
He had an average 3,000 viewers.
Likes.
Down from $5,000 or 6,000 viewers.
And please consider a donation. We're at $588. I'd love to see that go up to 1,000. That really.
Look at that. He's DSP in it. He knows exactly how many dollars he got. And he'd love to see that 588 go up to 1,000. He's turning into Dark Side Phil.
There's a lot of interesting stuff going on, and I'm just delighted to be here with you guys today. Thank you all for showing up.
Thanks for the free money, morons.
We're now up to 3,410 concurrent viewers, 1,131 likes. Smash the like button if you haven't already done so, and please consider a donation. We're at $588.
What is he adding it up as he goes?
I'd love to see that go up to 1,000. That really, at least 1,000 actually would be really great. So
I need at least $1,000 for today's stream, guys. Could you imagine demanding $1,000? But he gets it. And then once he gets to the 1,000, he then demands another 1,000 and he gets it.
So if you're out there and you can find it in your heart to donate, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. If that's what you do.
I wonder about the people that donate to him. Did they know that he lives in a $2 million mansion that he's trying to sell for $2 million right now? And the use of the word donate would seem to indicate that, you know, when I donate money, it's to somebody that has less money than me, right? You would think, like, I donate money to a homeless man, you know, especially living in Philly. It's not often that I actually give money to a homeless person because I know that a lot of times they're going to spend it on drugs or alcohol or something else that's not really going to help them. But occasionally, some of those guys are good. Like one guy said to me, yo, can I get $10 so I could buy a big bottle of booze? And I go, all right, I'll give you the $10 because you were honest. You can buy a big bottle of booze with it. I've been there where you needed that big bottle of booze. But anyway, when you donate money to somebody, it's usually with the understanding that they need the money more than you do. All of these morons in David Wilcock's live chat, are they doing better than Wilcock? They have more money than him, and therefore they can afford to give some money to this poor, destitute man who lives in a $2 million mansion and just bought a brand new car and just sold another home that his parents gave him free and clear for something like $200,000. Do all the people donating to him have $200K in the bank and they just have plenty of money so they could give it to this poor guy who just got $200,000, who lives in a $2 million house, who just bought a brand new car? But he really needs you to donate, guys. He needs you to donate.
We've already had some great ones come in. All right. So people are definitely afraid. There's a lot of fear. Again, this is a cosmic battle for your soul that's going on, I believe. That's a very real thing.
It's a cosmic battle for free money with Wilcock.
Why the elites are moving into high security fortress communities, because they realize where this is going. Oh, wow, it worked. I actually called out for a donation. I got one. This is Goonie Hinchy, and she donated, or he donated, 100 Australian dollars. If that's what that is. Thank you very, very much, Goonie.
Look how happy he is.
We really appreciate it. That just made my day. And
that made his day. That $100 dono made his day. Now he'll be able to buy his bison steaks, maybe some, swag for his brand new car, right?
really love it when you guys step up like that. Wow, wonderful, wonderful, says Wade Woodruff. Hey, look, I do need, yeah, okay, thank you, Midnight Mark. You got that one. AI Atlas is bringing in a positive frequency.
Midnight Mark is one of his moderators now. Good, lick his asshole, Midnight Mark. God, keep licking his asshole, Midnight Mark, you moron.
Well, 3i Atlas, right? But he calls it AI Atlas. What exactly are we paying for? Well, you're paying for me to be able to stay on the air.
What are we paying for?
For me, I just
Good
got
question.
a payment at the end of the month here. It helped out a lot. Helps me with my food bill and everything else. So Richard Hunter,
he just told his audience he needs the super chats for food money, right? Oh, look at that. Send it to me on Facebook Messenger. We'll see if we can't fit that in there. That'd be good. Big update in the Corey Good lawsuit stuff. And Sam Corbin with one for the goal. By the way, I apologize. I'm now broadcasting from my office, but I don't have the crowd noise maker thing. But thank you, Sam Corbin. Hips did a breakdown of David Wilcock's YouTube views and income. He's definitely slipping in the begging per dollar department. He's slipping. Yeah, the views are going down. The donations are going down. The replay views are going down, which means the ad revenue is going down, which means David Wilcock is fucked. But thank you, Sam Corbin.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash.
Thank you very much. Much, much appreciated. And I promise I won't spend it on cucumbers, okay? Well, I can't promise. I can't totally promise, right? May need some cucumbers. Who knows? I don't know. Thank you, Sam Corbin. And let me check in with Spooky because there appears to be a big update. And for those unaware, Corey Good got in trouble for going on that Collie Druggy Girls podcast and spilling confidential information. One moment, I'm going to try to get this. So he had a motion denied. He wanted Teresa Yannero's filing to be redacted so people wouldn't know what that was about. The matter is, here, we'll do it this way. The matter is before the court on the plaintiff, that would be Corey Good's motion to restrict access to docket 4814, the motion. Defendant filed a response to the motion indicating it was generally unopposed to the requested release. In accordance with DC, Colorado legalese, the motion was publicly posted to allow for any objections to the sealing of the documents. No timely objections were filed. It is hereby ordered that the motion is denied. So he won't be able to, Corey Good won't be able to hide whatever's in those court documents. And interestingly, he just got in trouble for disclosing confidential information during that Collie podcast. And that may be why she was filing copyright claims, because me and Hidden in Plain Sight played the video and talked over it. And Corey Good was like, oh shit, you got to take that video down. And then he threw Collie Weber, the druggy girl, who, by the way, has a long history of criminal activity. And I think she's also a deadbeat mom who lost custody of her own child because she's such a fucking mess, right? Allegedly. Or that's rumors and speculation. Take from that what you will. And look at that. We've got Urban Terror with one for the goal. Here's a kick in for the hat. Great to see you at it again, Stephen. Pace yourself and stay healthy. Well, yeah, I think the new schedule, which will be like, I'm not going to do shows every night. I'm going to do shows every other night for a while. Is, whatever. And by the way, that may change. Like tomorrow, I might decide I feel great. I can do a show today. That's the way that I'm doing it, Urban Terror. And thanks for being a member, and thanks for being a longtime show supporter.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Yeah, and let's get back to the nonsense here. So for those unaware, like Corey Good Mr. Transparency. He keeps wanting everything to be confidential in the lawsuits, but his lawyers suck and he sucks, so he keeps losing and losing and losing. And yeah, I think given tonight's great support, I will give Grifter Corey Good the lousy $5 to rent his shitty movie. And then I will take copious notes. I don't think I want to take any clips from it because he's copyright strike crazy. But I'll take some screenshots of the terrible special effects that we can laugh at. And he needs the $5 more than my show does. He's broke, Corey Good is. RP708 with one for the goal. I didn't even know you were sick. I just figured you were a bum on vacation like the casino. Glad you're doing better, though. Well, thank you, RP708. It was an unscheduled vacation that involved 2 separate brain surgeries. So I didn't have a lot of fun. Let's just say that. I did not have a lot of fun while I was gone. And just for the benefit of those unaware, I was in the intensive care unit, the neurocritical care unit. I had a brain hemorrhage and a brain aneurysm, and I had 2 surgeries to, fix the damage. I'm very thankful to the doctors and nurses and to my family and to all of you for all the well wishes. I'm alive and well, and I'm feeling better every day. Thank you, RP7.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Yes, thank you. And a good point. Sacha N says Corey still has fans despite the fact that he admitted to making all of his crap up. Yeah, that shows you how stupid it. You got to be a special kind of stupid to still listen to Corey Good or still be a fan of his, right? You got to be a special kind of stupid. The guy admitted he'd never been to space. He made it all up, right? And now Corey Good is pivoting to paranormal crap, hoping that he can get into that community and scam all those people like he got into the UFO community and scammed all those morons.
Donated $50. Thank you very much. We also have Dean Johnson donated $20. Thank you very much. That's already pushed it up to $724.
Yes,
and that is awesome. So
he knows exactly. He must be
taking care of me, and I want to thank you.
Does anybody know
the show on the air? Making it a great thing.
Is there a counter app or something on YouTube that I'm not aware of that counts up how much you got in super chats during the live stream? Or is David Wilcock sitting there adding it with a calculator every time he gets a donation, or maybe one of his mods is doing that for him? Right? It's just crazy to me that he knows, okay, we got $714, but I need 1,000. He's going to start begging more and more. He's going to start begging more and more. He's going to get more and more desperate as the money is drying up. Remember in the beginning of the broadcast when I said that he was going to pay for all the fakery and fraudery. He's going to pay for all the false allegations against me. Karma is a bitch, David Wilcock, and it looks like that bitch is starting to find you, and I'm here for it. You've only just begun to pay. And, I don't wish any real ill will on him, but I can't lie. If he's homeless, living in a fucking box, giving fucking palm readings to retards in Sedona, I'm not going to shed any tears. That's where he belongs. Homeless and in a box. You've had a good run scamming stupid people for decades now. Karma's coming for you, Wilcock.
For us to do this, it's really, really appreciated. I know there's a couple of haters out there, but I do really appreciate it.
When now there's a couple. Remember, there was only one hater before, and that was me.
Thank you very much. And Moon
let's smash that goal.
Haven't checked in on it. For all you do.
We're at 10 of 20.
Right.
We're halfway.
David needs to eat.
Let's get another 10. 10 super.
And, so David, what happens with your anti-gravity contract? Well, I can't talk about that right now, but that should be enigmatic enough by itself.
What happened to your anti-gravity shit? I can't talk about it.
Vance has a German Shepherd named Atlas. Curious, worth every penny. David, I love your show.
Yes, and please don't forget, hit the like button.
Donate as well. That's
share these videos on your social media. Help us get some views.
Now.
Because God damn it, I need the money.
Donated $200 and Turquoise Blue donated $100. You guys are awesome. Leslie says you're appreciated. Let's go back to Pillars and Strategies. Much love, David. Do you know about our GS tier Karelian source Shungite pyramids? We launched
there's a lot of it.
Can we send you some of our pyramids to combat EMS?
They do deserve to be exposed for deceiving people.
Judy Booth donated $20. Thank you, David. Wow. We're already up to 1.1K, you guys. That is incredible. I'm glad that I asked him. It makes a difference. Took a
makes
little
a
while,
difference,
but
yeah.
Amy Kraft says, you fished your wish. I do these teachings for free. That's right. So it's
That's
donations are
interesting,
very
Urban
welcome.
Terror. I didn't know that. I'm
Mr.
going to have
Swisher
to ask
just
them for the link.
JDub77 just donated. Thank you guys so
And
much.
look at that.
Cynthia Shannon
He said the goal was $1,000. He gets the $1,000 and immediately he wants another 1,000.
donated $50. Wow. Thank you, David. I've been following you for years. You give me comfort. Your info resonates. Bring on the disclosure. And Carmen 48 donated $20. Thank you, Midnight Mark.
You know Corey Good's watching these live streams
You
and
guys
he's
are doing a
planning
great
to
job. The
go
moderators,
do the
we
super
have
chat shuffle
definitely
soon.
enough moderators,
Betcha.
and that's really great to keep the show nice and streamlined. We're at 3,393 concurrent viewers right now. That's right. Sunny Skies just dropped a link. If you did want to donate that way, that also is something you
donate
can do.
to his PayPal.
Marcy Simi says, showing my support.
And by the way, I just want to thank you, PayPal donators and PayPal pledgers, because I have finally done something I have wanted to do for 2 years now. Most of the content creators that I know have some sort of stock video situation. Like, I don't know, I think Spooky has some, stock video. And I've never had that, mostly because I didn't want to be one of those people that all of my content just becomes stock video. But I think I can, use it sparingly. So I finally got Envato Elements, and I used the PayPal pledges from all of you to pay for the whole year. So I got an AI tool stack, image generator, video generator, voice generator, and some other stuff, animator, and a full access to all of the stock video. And that's probably what I'm going to be using to finish that Legends of the Lost Cities documentary. So thanks to all of you. Spooky uses story blocks and Shutterstock. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think Envato Elements pulls from some of those. So anyway, Spooky, finally, years as a content creator, I've been using Creative Commons clips and never had access to stock video. The danger is you could go in there and just type in like UFO and you get 1,000 UFO videos that you could use to make shitty content. I'm going to try my best to make good content and use the stock video stuff sparingly. But for a project like Legends of the Lost Cities, you just want shots of like the ocean or underwater scenes of wreckage and things. I think it will be fine. So thanks to all of you. By the way, that was my big splurge for Black Friday because it was $50 off. So instead of paying $200 for the year, I paid $150 for the year. So thanks to all of you PayPal pledgers. I use the PayPal money for show upgrades, and Arlene is giving instructions for how to send some support via PayPal. And thank you, Arlene. Wilcock is pathetic. He hits his goal and he keeps asking for more. If someone gives me free money, I would be grateful and not asking for more money constantly. Well, we've done that occasionally. When we hit our goal, I set a new goal, but usually that's when we're doing like a 4-hour streamathon or something.
Joe Moreno just donated as well. Wow, they're all coming in. If tomorrow the government admitted some UFOs are real craft from somewhere else, what's the first thing you think would change in the world? I don't know. I mean, it's anybody's guess at that point. Soul Provisation just donated as well. So really,
yeah,
really
we
great.
could make that happen, Tampon Blood Magic.
Barland Button donated 200 NOKs and says, you got it.
It's like $5.
So yeah, it's a fascinating thing. What's going to happen as this disclosure comes
More
out?
speculation from Wilcock.
Just donated $100. Wow. Says happy holidays from Kansas. Looking forward to another fabulous show.
And I just need to start talking about nonsense and get these morons in the live chat, right?
Just made my day. So anyway, what we're doing, we have volunteer
he doesn't set a goal.
course.
He just continually
they're very happy to do that because they like to keep everything up and running for us. Thank you, David, says Debs. She donated as well. And I really, again, thank you, all you moderators. You've made it possible for me to be able to do this show in peace and without, having to spend a fortune. I really, really appreciate what you're doing.
We need you guys to sanitize the live chat of any critical thinkers. Yeah.
The next part of the show here is in recent disclosure news, robots. We are heading towards a robotic.
No, that was
Mysterion.
Mysterion made that crawl. That's an
China
AI
is saying
crawl.
that they have a humanoid robot buzz, and they're actually worried about it causing a bubble. But we had yet another one. Robin Gerlow donated
Yeah, it is
100
different.
Canadian
Yeah.
dollars. Thank you for everything you do. I've been following for many years. Watching your broadcasts have helped keep me sane. Look at that go.
Yeah. Oh,
Pleat
God.
Orgone products. May Ascension come
Whole
soon.
live chat is just filled with
Nature Boy,
$100
love you,
super
David. Been
chats.
watching
Must
since
be
2011.
nice, right?
Therese Henderson donated $10. I appreciate you so much and love.
And by the way, I'm thankful for the support that we get because I'm not lying to people to get the support.
Thank you all to the
So,
moderators. Yes, we really do
this
appreciate
fucking
you
guy.
guys.
I'm talking to the
Scarlet Fire,
Archangel
Midnight Mark,
Michael.
Linda
Send
Keys,
me
Linda
money.
Keys, guys. You
What a
guys are on it.
scammer. What a
You
piece of
are out
shit
there
scammer he is.
doing a lot of good for us. So anyway, the robot thing. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Let's talk about
This is
the
pretty wild,
robots.
okay.
Oh, man.
So, okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to call it there, but I do have those incredible memes from Osiris Christensen. So, one moment here. If I can find them. Oh, I got them. Yeah. I got to be careful, though, because one of them uses the R word, and I don't want to include that one with the ones that I play. So just bear with me for a moment here while we get this together. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to play them all. Whatever. I was going to save this for the goal, but, so the rest of the stream, he talks about the robots. He talks about how AI is going to destroy the world. And then he gets into this secret space nonsense with the fake face on Mars. Come on, that's been debunked for 20 years. And the fake moon structures, which has also been debunked. What people don't know is if you're going to say that there's structures on Mars or on the moon, there's orbiters that do imaging constantly of the surface of Mars and the surface of the moon. Around the moon, there's orbiters from the Soviet Union, the United States, China, and maybe even India. Same for Mars, but I don't think India has gotten to Mars. But I believe the Soviet Union and China have. So in order to hide structures on the moon or hide structures on Mars, you would need the cooperation of all three of those countries, all agreeing that they're not going to tell anybody about the structures that the satellite imagers keep imaging. It's completely and totally ridiculous and nonsensical. One moment here. Let me see if we can't find that offending one. Okay, 1 second. Just bear with me one moment. All right, you know what? They're all bad. Like, they're all too hot for YouTube, but I'm going to play them. We're going to play them. So let's get that goal hit so I don't have to worry when this stream gets demonetized. No 123 ABC says, praise the cash. Thanks for the work you do, Stephen. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Much, much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash.
All right. And thank you, number 123 ABC. Big support tonight. Humboldt Honey with one for the goal. Off topic, did you hear about the super soldier? James Rink passed away, and they were saying scalar energy heart attack for real, I think. Here's what I will say. We were going to do a whole show on this, but I reconsidered that. For those unaware, James Rink is the guy. Remember when we had Wackadoo of the Week and these super soldiers tell us about all their superpowers? That's James Rink with Super Soldier Talk. And apparently he passed away suddenly at the age of 45. And I don't know if you know this, but if anybody is in conspiracy land and people know who they are, they can't die a natural death. So there's all these assholes saying that he got hit with a directed energy weapon a few months ago, and that caused him to have a cardiac arrest and die. And I don't know much about James Rink, but I do know that he had a mother and a family that love him and care about him. So for these LARPing assholes to start conspiracies, not knowing anything about how this man died, it's absolutely ridiculous. And of course, there's already going to be assholes like Kerry Cassidy and others, talking about how he was attacked by the deep state and they murdered him because he was getting too close to the truth about the super soldier program. That's a Captain America comic book, by the way, the super soldier shit. That's where they got it. Captain America is a super soldier. There's no real super soldiers, and most of them look like big fat slobs that couldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. So I did hear about it, but you know that old saying, don't speak ill of the dead. So I'm not going to say anything, but people know how I feel about that guy, James Brink. He turned talking about fake super soldiers into a charity, and he was the sole beneficiary. You know, so part of me, I'm not really going to shed a tear for that guy, you know, but God bless him on his journey in the afterlife, and God bless his family and people that he knew that loved him that are grieving him. You know, it's never fun when somebody that's close to you passes away or dies. So, you know, I have sympathy, even though I disagree with that guy on virtually everything, right? All right, let's get to this. I was going to save this for the goal if we hit the goal, but we're 8 away. So let's see if we can get 8 more while we do the bonus content. I am a kind and generous. I'm going to give you the slop before, the reward. It's a reward. It's not slop. Actually, this isn't slop. This shit is pretty good. I'm going to give you this before we hit the goal. And some of these are too hot for YouTube, so I'm sure playing these may get the stream demonetized. So let's hit the goal, folks. 8 more super chats of 5 or more, and we hit our goal. Let's go. Dazzling bowel movements. By the way, that's Wilcock's true hairline right there. Right there. That's it. David Wilcock's true hairline. Have you heard about my dazzling bowel movements? And I like how Osiris Christensen has put the people around Wilcock and Wilcock. This is how you make them finally tell the truth. Here's Stavati CEO Christopher Beskar.
David Wilcock is a dumb cunt.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And look at that. Look at that. That's David Wilcock's previous wife. I wonder what David Wilcock's ex-wife has to say about him.
David is gay.
Oh no. His wife is even saying he's gay. And here, let's see what Corey Good has to say.
I'm fucked.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, brother.
I stuck my finger in a turkey's butt.
I'm sure he did that. I'm sure he did that. Yes. Finger right in a turkey's butt.
I'm your daddy.
Oh, gross. 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 Is this the same one?
I really like sucking dick.
There you go. So it's true that he's gay, and we have the proof of it.
I really like sucking dick.
Oh, wow. That's brutal, man. Brutal.
My fucking retarded fans believe I am talking to Archangel Michael. No, I'm a con artist. My
retarded fans think I'm talking to Michael. No, I'm a con artist. Yes, you are a con artist.
body is fucked. I'm gay. The Drake.
And then he says the Dracos are going to R me. That's the one I was really worried about. YouTube really doesn't like the R word. That's kind of like instant demonetization. We still may be able to pull this off, right?
My wife left me for a giant cucumber.
Oh.
My wife left me for a giant
cucumber. Yeah. Yeah, too bad, buddy.
I've never had to work a day in my life because I have been fleecing gullible fans for years.
Osiris, these are looking pretty good. We're gonna have to make a David Wilcock finally tells the truth movie. I will help you. I will help fund it. Whatever. We're gonna do a whole video where David Wilcock gives up on lying and scamming and just finally starts telling the truth, right?
I know you want to see me naked.
Oh, gross. Gross.
I know you want to see me naked.
No, not really. Not really. Definitely not really, right?
My deck is so small. What am I gonna do?
My dick is so small.
Is so small.
Oh no. And by the way, it's at Osiris FJORD if you want to follow Osiris who makes these.
Check out Stephen Cambion at Truth Seekers on
Based.
YouTube. He delivers the facts.
That's based. Here we go.
It was the deep state that made me stick my finger in Monica's butt.
The deep state? What made him stick his finger in Monica's butt? What? Oh, gross.
Are you ready for daddy?
He's got a bra. He's got a bra on. He's definitely gay. Only a gay man would wear a bra under a shirt like that, right? Only a gay man would do that. All right, last one, friends.
Honestly, Stavati Aerospace are a total scam. Fake company, do not invest. Honestly, Stavati Aerospace are a total scam. Fake company, do not invest.
No, good, excellent advice. Do not invest in that scam company, right? Do not invest. All right, I think we're going to call it there. Like, we could go through more of his stream, but I don't really think that my audience needs me to debunk the face on Mars live here or structures on the moon live. It's ridiculous, right? Just one of those days. So I will say this. David Wilcock is in full-on desperation mode. He knows that he's just about to get caught scamming his audience yet again. Because days till, as I've been saying, he said that Ascension is coming in 2025. He's already just pivoted now, and he's just ignoring that. Like, what are you going to do? You've been, we can collect the clips, right? You've been saying that you're going to, Ascension is going to come. For how long now? For 2 years? 1 second. Well, that's weird. All right, just bear with me for one moment here. That's odd. I'm trying to get to our counter. Yeah, here we go. So we have explained how David Wilcock has, been scamming his audience for how long now. And with the Ascension is coming in 2025 scam. And remember, he ran that scam leading up to the year 2000. Then he ran that scam leading up to the year 2012. And now he's going to get caught leading that scam up to the year 2025. And unfortunately for David Wilcock, that means in just 29 more days, David Wilcock, everybody will know that you fucking lied to them again and stole money from all these retarded morons that think that you are talking to an archangel who's telling the future. 29 more days. And there will be no Ascension. There will be no mass arrests, and there will be no open extraterrestrial contact. So once again, everybody will know that your prophecies and predictions were 100% wrong, and that you took money under those false pretenses, that those predictions and prophecies were real. And somehow these morons just forgot that you told them all Ascension is coming in 2025, and they're still giving you money. Your genization is here with one for the goal. A $10 super chat, no message. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Thank you. Your genization. Let me see if we have any more to call out, and we'll check in with the kick chat. Praise the cash, Wilcox. Yes. 29 days and it's over, and I will finally get my refund from Wilcock. Yeah. You think he's going to refund everybody when Ascension doesn't come? The 2033 Ascension scam starts soon. Yeah. When that Ascension date comes, can we mail him a box of dildos? Yeah. You can. He's always giving out that PO box. You could always. I think you could just always mail him a box of dildos. But why would you do that? Because he loves dildos, David Wilcock, I think. I'm sure his wife loves dildos because, she's got to come somehow. Poor girl had to resort to using cucumbers as dildos, right? Wait for the brand new 2026 Ascension. It's real this time, guys. Yes, we promised. Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. But in 29 more days, the world will know that David Wilcock lied to them yet again, that David Wilcock scammed his audience yet again with more fake shit that wasn't real, more fantasy land nonsense. And on January 1st, we're going to do a special stream just to dance all over the grave of his latest scam. But don't worry, he's already queuing up a new scam. It's the easy, low-hanging fruit. Disclosure is coming, guys. He's going to pivot to that. He already is pivoting to that. And notice how he's totally ignoring anybody in his chat. There are people in his chat actively asking, when is Ascension coming? You said Ascension was coming. Is it coming before the end of the month, David? He's ignoring everybody. And there's a high degree of likelihood that there's some morons in his chat that paid the $333 and now they feel ripped off. So they're starting to ask questions. And David Wilcock does not like anybody asking questions about that $333 that he stole from all those people, right? The end is near, beware, with the Hail Mary for the goal. What do we got? 13 of 20, 7 to go. Doesn't look like we're going to make it. Can we hit it? I don't know. The end is near, beware. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Big support tonight from all of you. Thank you, especially Charles McDonald and Mike Larry. Big support tonight. Thank you all.
For your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
That's right. Sometimes you just got to praise it. That's right. The end is near, beware. And thank you for your kindness and your support of the show. I like the show just as much without the crowd noise. Yeah, maybe we won't even do that. Some people complained. You can never please everybody. Some people are like, I hate that crowd noise. Some people are like, where's the crowd noise? Or we'll come up with a better way to thank people or get some excitement. That was an attempt to get excited about the donos, right? I asked him about Ascension and Stavati. They are now deleting my comments. Yeah. And this clown has to live in a fucking echo chamber of his own making. He can't let people actually ask real questions like, what's going on with that scammy company and that's getting sued by its investors and creditors and never actually made anything? You said there'd be hover car prototypes within a year, right? That was part of the anti-gravity free energy scam he ran. The crowd noise would be better if it ran through an input instead of a speaker next to you. Yeah, I'll see if I can't I have a software soundboard here. I'll see if I can't just do that. The review tech for crowd noise. Hire review tech for crowd noise. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, what are you going to do? So I think we've done our due diligence. We came close to hitting the goal, but actually, if we were to count those gifted memberships, we passed the goal. So I appreciate all of your support very much. Now, like I said, right now I'm saying that the next show is probably Thursday. This gives me a day to just rest and do the bed rest stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. If you have any recommendations for stuff to watch while I'm sitting around resting, something I never generally do, please email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. I especially like science fiction, mysteries, maybe some suspense. Not real big on streaming like an 8-season television show that I've never started, though. Prefer movies, I think, right? I might start Stranger Things. There's all this. I've tried to watch Stranger Things. I can't. I fell asleep to the first episode like 4 times, and then I was just like, I give up. I can't get into this for whatever reason. I might give that a try again. There's all the hoopla about this latest season, and I know Spooky and a bunch of other people watch that shit. I don't know. I'm going to be thinking about Montauk bullshit the whole time I'm watching that, though, right? It's got 3 seasons. Mr. Mercedes on Netflix. Okay, I'll check that out. So, like I said, I don't know when the next show. It could be tomorrow. If I'm feeling really good on a certain day I'm supposed to be off, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a show. I've got a backlog now of about 8 or 9 shows that we could be doing, right? Please watch Stranger Things. It's Kino. I'll see if I can't get into it, especially, Spooky, some days I have all day and all night, except for getting my kids off the bus and making them dinner. I have all day, all morning, all afternoon, all evening, all night to do nothing. And the doctors want me doing nothing as much as possible, And I got a scary thing in the mail today. I got this card that I'm supposed to carry around so that like if I stroke out, people will know what's inside my head, the bionic parts or so. I don't know. I'm going to carry the card around for the next 6 weeks, I think, for some reason. I don't know. And I got to go and get blood work and deal with a bunch of paperwork stuff. So I'm not a real happy camper. And Sam Corbin's saying, don't overdo it. Well, that's why I thought, do a show, take the day to rest. Do a show, take the day to rest, rinse and repeat might be a good show. The Substance. I think I saw the trailer of that. That's on my list, Sacha. And we'd all like to get a magical substance that would make us young and healthy and sexy again, right? You don't realize it. Like when I was 20, I was broke as shit and I was very unhappy. But holy man, what I wouldn't give to be 20 again, right? Or even 25, right? It explores queer storylines, so I'll pass on that. Well, I don't really mind this. Let's see if we can't hit the goal. We're getting there. David lives in a bubble. It matches his bubble head, says the Legal Eagle. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Let's go. We only need a few more $5 super chats, and we'll actually hit the goal tonight or far surpass it. Let's go.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Ha ha! Thank you, longtime show supporter, Legal Eagle. And I thought I saw another one. I did. Tales of the Sonic Voyage with another one. He's the MVP of getting us to the goal tonight. Here you go, boss. I'll eat a lunch meat sandwich and support you. That's right. Just look. You could get ramen for like 2 for $1 and just give me the rest of your money. Praise the cash. Tales of the Sonic
cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right. And for the goal, Legal Eagle with another one. Now we need just 4 more to hit the goal. Don't you want to hit the goal, bitches? Ha ha! Thank you, Legal Eagle. Almost there.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash.
I know what I'll do. I have one of the things that bothers me about David Wilcock is that he says ridiculous things that nobody can really prove or disprove. Like, I'm talking to the Archangel Michael. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if the Archangel Michael came out and just said, like, David Wilcock's full of shit? That would be awesome. And so, of course, with a little help from my AI friends, we made that happen. Let's check it out.
Greetings and salutations, friends. I am the angel known as Michael. I have a very special message for mankind. Wilcock is a lying scumbag. I had to come all the way from heaven to warn people. I've never talked to Wilcock. He's never channeled me. He's lying about all of it. I never gave him any prophecies. And don't you think God would not agree with me giving some decades-long con artist, new age, UFO grifter prophecies he can sell to morons on the internet for $333? Why would God let me do that and help a grifting scumbag con artist scam people? And by the way, I thought a lot about this. I, the greatest angel of the one true God, the Archangel Michael, I am joining Team Truth Seekers. Stephen Cambion has been telling people the truth this whole time, while David Wilcock has been lying and scamming people in my name. I cannot allow David Wilcock to use me in one of his scams. Did you know that angels have one very powerful limitation? They cannot see the future. Ask any Christian minister. Ask any Catholic priest. Ask any Jewish rabbi. Ask any Muslim cleric. Angels cannot see the future unless God Almighty himself wills it. So in order to believe David Wilcock's latest scam, you'd have to believe that first an angel lied to him and pretended to be the Egyptian god Ra. Again, ask any theologian. Angels can't lie or deceive people. David Wilcock claims an angel lied to him, then gave him prophecies or predictions of the future. God Almighty himself thought it was a good idea to make an angel lie to him, then give him secrets of the future he could sell morons on the internet for $333. None of this makes any sense. Also, the test of a prophet says that if even one thing is wrong, then that prophet is not channeling divine or angelic sources. David's claimed predictions from an angel have already been wrong. David Wilcock is a false prophet. He's lying to you. He's scamming you in my name. His angel predictions are a complete and total scam. Truth Seekers is right. David Wilcock did not get those fake angel books full of fake psychic predictions and prophecies from me. He's scamming everyone. Yes, he's scamming everyone again. God bless Stephen Cambion and Truth Seekers for telling everyone the truth. Now, I offer Stephen my divine protection. I am the slayer of deceivers and demons. David Wilcock is a false prophet and a deceiver. I shall help Stephen slay the dragon, the deceiver, the false prophet, and expose him to all of the earth. In God's name we go forward. Amen.
Amen, friends. David Wilcock is a lying scumbag. And speaking of the goal, Legal Eagle with one for the goal. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Much, much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash.
All right. And then we've got Troll, longtime show supporter. And so is Legal Eagle, by the way. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Troll says, don't overdo it, but praise the cash. Well, yeah, we're going to try our best not to. Yeah, I'm supposed to be resting. I'm trying to rest as much as possible. But no, look, imagine if you had to just sit on a couch for 6 weeks. I mean, some people would like that, I guess. Like, I'm just not the kind of person to sit on a couch for 6 weeks straight. But thank you, Troll.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
Yes, Ra commands you, Troll. And then we've got Tales of the Sonic Voyage says, ramen it is then. I'm a musician. We don't eat much. We're used to going hungry. I've been there, brother. Can you spare $1, man? I literally had a situation once where I was like totally broke and couldn't even afford dinner. So I had to go to a show like hungry. But I know I was getting paid after the show so I could eat after the show. That's the life of a musician. Tales of the Sonic Voyage. Praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right, Trolly Troll Troll. Thank you, Tales of Sonic Voyage. And Trolly Troll Troll with the final one for the goal. Praise the cash, bitches.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right, thank you for that. Thirsty Tree says, Ra commands the goal must be met. That is correct. 16 weeks could pass in 4 or 5 days. No, it's not 16 weeks. It's 6 weeks. And 6 weeks from when I got out of the hospital. So maybe 5 more or something, right? I'm a traveling solo musician and I like playing hungry. Well, God bless you, Ridge Runner. God bless all performers. It's a tough life, right? It's a hard knocks life. And Azael Goat is here telling me to apologize to Bob Lazar. Never. He's a liar and a pimp. And he smacked up those whores that work for him. Did you know that? Did you know he used to smack around the whores that worked for him? The fake scientist Bob Lazar, pimp. He was a bad pimp. 2D vision. Yeah. Well, I think that we have done our due diligence. And thank you all. I didn't think we were going to hit it. We actually hit the goal. So that's a good thing. All right. We're going to bounce on out of here. Like I said, I'm probably going to be back on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you never know. I could be feeling much, much better. And so, but we'll see what happens. One more thing as well. I will play us out with Edgar Casey. That's another thing that bothered me. David Wilcock saying, I'm Edgar Casey reincarnated. Well, the guy's dead. He can't defend himself, but his whole family came out and said, no, you are not our family member reincarnated. You failed the test or you refused to take it. You are not Edgar Casey reincarnated. And could you please stop scamming people and saying that? Nope, not David Wilcock. So I'll play us out with, these are just my fantasies, like Edgar Casey coming back from the dead to say David Wilcock's a scammer, or the Archangel Michael coming down from heaven to say he's a scammer. Suffer, David Wilcock. All right, friends, we've done our due diligence. We hit our goal. Thanks also to Charles McDonald and to Mike Larry for all the gifted, I think 25 gifted subscriptions. Gifted memberships, I should say. I will take one moment to check back in with the Kick Live chat. And by the way, we will be doing a Kick only show this Saturday night, I think at 8 p.m. Let me, did we get another Kick? Tampon Blood Magic sent 500 kicks and said, huff pussy, not concrete dust. Life tip. Well, thank you for that. That's a good life tip. And thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. I think that's $15 that you send in kicks. Love to see it. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. We'll check in and see if we have any memberships, any subs or gifted subs over there. One moment. Yeah, that's great life advice. Huff pussy, not concrete dust. By the way, they're not sure if the concrete dust had anything to do with my situation. It could have been just, I could have got my son's stomach virus and I just so happened to huff the concrete dust. But yeah, I will not be doing anything with concrete dust without a respirator. Oh, and Tampon Blood Magic gifted 5 subs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over on Kick. Plus, I think Tampon Blood Magic sent 1,500 kicks. So big support over on Kick tonight. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. It is much, much appreciated. Thank you.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Ha ha! All right. Tampon Blood Magic is the MVP over on Kick tonight. Thank you so much for your kindness, generosity, and support. It's going to be nice to get that Kick paycheck next month. This month's going to suck, but I'm looking forward to next month, especially if we start doing these Kick-only shows. Those are usually very well supported on Kick. But no matter where you're supporting us, whether you're a Patreon supporter, thank you. A YouTube channel member, thank you. Gifting memberships, thank you. Sending super chats, thank you. Buying me a coffee or a beer, thank you. PayPal pledges, thank you. And super thanks. You can send a couple of bucks, even if you're watching a replay. And I try to see those and personally thank every person who sends a super thanks. So thank you all for the support. As far as David Wilcock, the karma has just begun. The views are going away. The donations are going away. The people who have either the willingness or the desire to buy shit from him is going away. You can't just scam people for decades before, even the dumbest of his followers are starting to wake up and say, maybe he's full of shit, because he is. So I've had a great time here tonight, friends, but that's all I've got for you. Like I said, I should be back Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But that's all I got for you. So until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night, and God bless all of you.
I am Edgar Casey. I was one of Earth's greatest psychics. I died on January 3rd, 1945, and left this Earth. I am now speaking to you from the afterlife. I can only keep the portal open for a short time. Let's get one thing clear, very clear. I died in 1945. I left Earth at that time. Since then, I have been enjoying the afterlife. I never came back to Earth. I never reincarnated. Never! So if you see some jerk-off former star of Ancient Aliens claiming he's me reincarnated, it's a scam, a total scam. I've been dead this whole time. I never came back. This guy, David Wilcock, just ran a scam selling a book claiming he was me reincarnated. It was a scam. A complete and total scam. I'm dead, folks. The dead don't return. Once you're dead, you're just dead. This lying, scamming grifter David Wilcock just ran a scam off of my legacy and history. My family and the Edgar Casey Foundation offered him a test. He refused to take that test. My family and the Edgar Casey Foundation didn't believe his shady claims of him somehow being me reincarnated. They asked him to stop making these false claims. He refused and continued selling his scam book. Time is fleeting, friends. This conduit is closing. David Wilcock is a lying scammer. He is not me reincarnated. If he was, he would have my gifts. He doesn't. He's not special or psychic. In fact, all of his predictions fail miserably. He is a fake psychic scammer. Hey, Wilcock, stop scamming people and saying you are me reincarnated. David Wilcock is a fucking lying grifter. The portal is closing. I must take my leave of you. Just know that it's absolutely fucking ridiculous that I have to come back from the dead just to tell everyone Wilcock is lying and scamming people with total fake shit. Yet again, I must go now. God bless all of you real truth seekers.